Hey, Jamire. How was it just sort of getting back out there after last season and getting to compete again at Oregon State on Saturday?
It was fun, first game back. Long time waiting for this. Great experience. We got the win. Really fun. Just trying to build on it and kind of stay focused on the season, though.
And what did you see out of Jaden? How would you sort of grade his performance and the way he was able to keep his confidence in his first start?
He kept it very well. I mean, we got the win, so that's always a plus. He played very well, especially for his first game in the Pac-12 in a Power Five conference against a really good team. So he went out there and executed, and did the things he was supposed to do.
Thank you.
Any other questions for Jamire Calvin? Just raise your hand and we'll call on you. Nobody else wants to talk to Jamire Calvin? There we go. Cody from the Daily Evergreen. Go ahead, Cody.
I will gladly talk to Jamire Calvin here. So I'm kind of wondering, this Oregon secondary, kind of like the offensive line that we talked about with Jihad, has been hit kind of hard with some opt-outs and some players kind of not being there, but it's still a pretty good unit. What are you guys kind of looking forward to going up against them, and how do you feel like this wide receiver core is gonna fare against this pretty tough test?
I mean, I feel we match up good against anybody in the country. So, I mean, I like us against any secondary. But Oregon, they do have a really good secondary. But, I mean, last couple of years we've been playing them. We've got a feel for them. They've gotten a feel for us. So we know what to expect. We know who we're going to play against. We know what we're going to see. So we're not too worried about it. We stick to the things that we do and execute. We're going to be just fine.
Yeah, and you kind of hit on it. As a guy who's kind of been here for a while, the WSU has played really well historically, in the past 5 years against Oregon. What is it about this matchup that just kind of, gets the Cougars going and creates some pretty memorable games?
I mean, honestly, I just think it's just one of those things in football where you just end up matching up with one team just really well or a couple teams really well. And I feel like that's just what we do with Oregon. We match up really well with them, and we always seem to play hard and usually come out victorious.
Thank you.
Any other questions for Jamire Calvin? All right, Scott Hansen. Go ahead, Scott.
Hey, Jamire, I was curious. Jamire, I was curious what you thought of the air raid after one game.
Are you talking about Mississippi State's air raid?
No, I'm sorry. The run and shoot. I apologize.
The run and shoot. I feel like it was very effective. We used the run game a lot more. We ran the ball for more yards than we have in a while and passed. And I feel like that really works well for us as receivers as well. Kind of getting the run game implemented and solidified, and then open up the pass game, getting man looks, getting blitzes, and kind of open up the receivers down the field like we like to do.
Thanks. Sorry about the dumb question. I was trying to figure out my computer and I slipped.
Oh yeah, no worries.
All right, Theo, go ahead.
Hey, Jamire, it seems like in the air raid offense, the H receiver wasn't used quite as much as it is in the run and shoot. Can you just talk about what it's like to see Travell kind of unleashed and kind of using it a few different ways between the run plays and the pass plays and all the opportunities he had downfield on Saturday?
It was actually a really good thing to see. He works really hard. He's been waiting for this moment for a very long time. So, just to see somebody redshirt kind of work his way up the ranks and now playing and exploding just like he's supposed to. He's an explosive player, so he's getting everything he deserves and everything he's worked for. So it's honestly great to see because I felt like, he should have been getting the ball a lot more.
I think Oregon's defensive end, Kayvon Thibodeau, is from down in Los Angeles. Did you ever play against him in high school or get to know him at all before you guys both came up to your respective colleges?
Yeah, when he played at Oaks Christian, he played for a guy who's kind of like my receiver trainer and kind of like a family friend, Coach Collins. So I know him, and then there's a few other players that are also from LA, like Diamador and Nick Pickett and a few other guys that we used to play against in high school. They actually went to our rivalry high school at Salesian.
What do you think Kayvon brings to their defense, and what makes him such an exceptional pass rusher for Oregon?
His size and athleticism especially. He's a lot faster than he looks. very strong, very fast. He's a very talented player. Young guy, but, he knows what he's doing out there.
All right, Brenna, go ahead.
Hey, Jamire. One of the things Rolovich has touched on a few times is the fact that there aren't as many receivers used in this offense than in the air raid, where, you guys used 4 receivers last week compared to like the normal 8 or 10 that normally got used last year. Just what does it mean to you to be one of those 4 receivers that is getting the majority of the action, especially since you just spent the last year and a half trying to recover from injuries?
It means a lot to me, of course, being able to work hard and get back to where I once was. But I feel like, it's more of a scheme fit, like run and shoot. We run the ball, obviously, a lot more. So there's a lot of time in between plays for the receivers to get rest rather than air raid. We're passing every play, we're running down the field every play. So we have to come back, get right back on the ball. So there's more room for subs and you kind of getting more tired.
And just, did you have any sort of moment of reflection before the game on Saturday, just about your journey to this point or anything?
Yeah, like right before we played in the end zone, when I said a prayer, just looking up and just taking it all in and understanding that, I'm back here, and it's honestly just crazy feeling, just being back there and just, embracing it all and then going out there and doing it.
And how did it feel to just kind of, like you said, go out there and do it after all that time?
Hey, I'm always happy after a win, so it was great. Great.
Thank you.